Cool. So again, it's good to see you. How
You
was
as
the
well.
holiday?
Holiday was great. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
I went to Houston. My girlfriend's family's there. Met the family for the first time.
Okay. Nice. How
Yeah,
was Houston this time of year?
it's cold. Surprisingly, I
Yeah.
mean, cold is relative, right? Like it's
Right.
cold compared to California.
Yeah. Of course. Of course. Yeah. No doubt. Okay. Cool. So no, I know that you wanted to kind of meet on the campaigns, kind of go over a couple of different talking points. I have them here and kind of figure out where we are in terms of when we started October 4th, what the numbers look like, the conversions, all that good stuff, and then I'll also dive into the metrics if you want me to. I know you
Yeah,
love doing that too. So
please. Yeah,
cool. Do you want to start? Kind of tell me what you're seeing on your end, or do you want me
sure.
to?
Yeah, I've
Okay.
got. I'll as I look off screen, I got a series of questions that I
Yeah.
kind of mapped out. So in no particular order, I'm showing 162 leads in the system,
Okay.
and I just tracked. I have 70 are contacted. So that's a probably a first good ratio of we're sitting a little under 50%. How is that?
It's pretty good. You could
Yeah.
expect to be anywhere from 40 to 60,
Okay.
and it's going to increase as time goes on.
Yep.
Some of these leads are going to mature and they'll finally be ready and they will have been saturated with enough of your calls and messaging that they're just going to say, okay, now let's call Eric. Let's find out what he can really do.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean, we're 2 months in roughly, so that's pretty normal. I mean, I guess tell me in the last 60 days, I mean, kind of where were you before you started working with us, and where are you now? How has this affected your business as it stands?
Sure. So this year's been, thankfully, it's been a really good year. I think I mentioned, having been an agent for 20 years,
Yep.
you've seen many different cycles and you've seen many different lead generation tools. And one of the consistent challenges that I've always tried to create is a systemic way to grow your business. I know that you've got a plan that will be recurring. And so this year's been great, but it's been, I shouldn't say but, it's been 90% referral based, which is good, but you
Okay.
never know when referrals are coming. Like, I don't know
Right.
when the phone's going to ring in a referral. Like, we have consistent marketing for it.
Sure.
This system that we now have with you allows us to see really consistently our volume of leads, our growth towards conversion. And it seems like we'll have a new mousetrap to add into the overall spectrum of our business that will allow us to have a certain amount of sustainability, which is awesome.
That makes perfect sense. That's great to hear. Yeah. Okay. So you're feeling like it's more stabilized. It's like you have some systems in place now that you can really lean on when the referrals aren't coming in, and you have something to work on basically all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, we're only, as you know, we're only in our second month, and I'm hiring a second caller for it.
Excellent. That's good to hear. Very
Yeah.
good. Cool. Yeah. No, I'm excited for you. Your campaigns are doing well already. So when we launch the seller campaign, it will kind of change the game for you a little bit different temperature of a conversation because they're already talking about what you want to talk about. Whereas, buyers, they're always interested in the next shiny object. So yeah, you've got to nurture that relationship a little bit, but you're going to have both. So that healthy mix will go a long way for you.
That's great.
Um, okay. I mean, well, what do you like the most about this? I know it's kind of a cheesy, corny question, but what makes you happiest about working with us?
Yeah, the consistency piece is great. So internally for our business, and I, I don't give praise often and easily, but your level of communication and follow up and the proof is in the pudding of the work that you do has been pretty phenomenal. I'm really
Thank you.
pleased with the. Now, granted, it's not as if we're making millions and millions of dollars out of the gate, but we know that this is a system, and your expectation management has been great.
Awesome. No, and I'm kind of cracking a smile and holding back from laughing because I remember you were kind of a tough nut to crack. You made me jump through some hoops for sure.
Yeah.
So that's good to hear from you, especially.
Yeah,
Um,
it's one thing that we had spoke of before that I think any agent would be really interested in is they want to know that their vendors have some skin in the game. They want to know that there's some interest level, and of course, it's different depending on the agent and the market that you work with. But to feel as if that you really have a partner that's shooting for the same goals that you do, it's really comforting.
awesome to hear. And yeah, that's it's hard to convey that up front when, you're a stranger,
Of
right?
course.
And so therefore you made me jump through the hoops. But to hear you say that now, it's comforting. It tells me that, what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis is translating the way that I intend it to. So that's cool. I
Mhm.
mean, is there anything that you would change? Anything that, potentially could be improved?
I wish I could think of something off of the cuff. Usually in the beginning, and again, at least my experience with lead gen is we're not selling t-shirts or groceries. So because of that, there is a nurture cycle. So there is a ramp
Right.
up phase. And so I'm comfortable with the ramp up phase. Of course, all of us would want you sign up and the next day you have clients. And it doesn't quite work that way. So the steps that we are taking to get to the point where the pipeline is consistently converting, I don't think I would change a thing. And again,